Hi everyone, I'm Lawrence, and this is Demasculation of a Young Man. In my previous videos, I went over my introduction into sexuality, which included pornography, and this went into the sexual assault with my extended cousin. And I didn't explain another detail, which I also had another experience with sexual assault with one of my bloodline female cousins as well. Sadly enough, throughout those young years, it was like guinea pig experiment days, interest of what is like, what is this hype about? And sadly enough, the people around you, and sure enough, being the young one there, or whichever else, but praise the Lord, we made it through it. The cousin apologized years later, and for real, we passed that. So praise the Lord. And now I look back on things. There's a statistic for the young men without fathers and the ones who will get incarcerated and be the cause of different shenanigans. So sadly enough, I would be in that category, but praise the Lord, I have not been incarcerated, had some experience with run-ins, but praise the Lord, I've been delivered from many situations that could have went worse than it was. But the point of the matter I'm getting to is, so my father, my dad, he passed when he was 23 and I was 3. He was going on 24 in a few months, and I was going on 4 in a few months as well. It was close there before he passed away. So after that, and it's kind of seemed like a snowball effect from there. My mom trying to maintain things and trying to keep me preoccupied with buying me things, video games, whichever else, and things from that nature. But from what I started seeing later on with this pornography introduction, the sexual assault being coerced type stuff and all this things, now that I look back, it's all about the breaking down of the spirit and the soul and the mindset. Like, you see people going through this on the news and changing genders, and they've been sexually assaulted by their fathers and different relatives, and they don't even know who they are. They just been broken down spiritually, and it's a total mind game, but it's deeper than that. Is the word says we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, wickedness in high places, the rulers of the darkness of this world. And sure enough, I believe that to be true. That is deeper things beyond our sight. Like when you getting all riled up and you feeling all anxious and all this stuff, like you don't see the emotions, but they could produce an action though. So from what I've seen and the anxieties building up in myself, it's like I have all this energy and it's like you gotta figure out a way to control yourself. But throughout the process of this demasculation process is all about the breaking down of oneself to lose the identity. And if we go into the history of African American people, they was already being demasculated. The man would be raped in front of his family, uh, in front of the public, and shown that you are less than a man, and that you have no value. You cannot protect yourself. And sure enough, it displays its way in modern day society today. And sadly enough, with myself. So even with the process with my mother, it was like whoever has the money has the power. Who has to say so? You, so you are remaining in a position where you are beneath. You play your role and you do your part, but you don't have the power. You don't have a say. You just do what you are told. And this is all part of the breaking down in the spirit, from what I was saying. And it starts building hostility within yourself. And you start building up a judgmental spirit, one that despises others, and internally you're bitter and you're broken. But all in all, you just really have lost yourself. Like, you could go all different routes and it could produce all different actions. And maybe it ended in your demise. As the word says, the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But Jesus said he comes to give life and that abundantly. And sure enough, my life was just going down. Is even when you're quiet, you never know those ones who's going to take it to that point where they're going to take their own lives, however way it's going to go. So even my past experience with the drinking thing, Like as I was already on my own demise and on that road for my own self-destruction. I wasn't planning to because, you want to be the man. You trying to build up your self-confidence and doing different things. So for myself is, you want to be the tough guy. And I want to be the one who gets the ladies, the one who could drink and hold his stuff, the one who could smoke the most and do all that stuff, all this stuff that's meaningless though at the end. And sure enough, I was just gonna die in it. So all the way from when I look back to when my dad passed away, even though I didn't know him, I hear great things about him, and he was a young man himself. So I can't say what it would be if he was still around or nothing like that. But I could see what it is for what my life's turned out to be. But I'm in a great position now. It's like you could reflect on it. It's like, don't let this world take you down. And don't let your emotions take hold of you. You have to know that you has been given a spirit of love, power, and a sound mind. You're not made to be out of control, but have self-control. Be strong-willed. Be vigilant. Be brave. Don't be dismayed and faint from the wiles of this world and the things that's coming against you. Because there's a way to get out of it. And for me, sure enough, the Lord has already showed it and revealed it to me. For some people, they think it's just fairy tales, it's just a moral story. But for me, everybody's going to see one day. But it's been a demasculation process that the devil's always trying to work on somebody. Or defeminization, whichever. The whole point is to take that identity, take that likeness, the image and likeness that God has made us with. But sure enough, each person has a choice. I definitely don't want to take the choice from you, but it's my story.